Welcome to biology class. Our topic for today is symbiotic relationships. For those of you who need to become more familiar with the definition of symbiosis, symbiosis is an interaction characterized by two or more species living purposefully in direct contact with each other. There are three major types of symbiotic relationships: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. First, mutualism. It is a symbiotic relationship where both or all organisms benefit from each other. For example, bees and flowers. Bees collect nectar and pollen from the flowers for food, while the flowers benefit from the bees' pollination services, which help them reproduce. Mutualism is classified into two parts. First is obligate mutualism, which is one organism cannot survive without the other for food. For example, lichen, algae, and fungi. Algae provide photosynthate, while fungi provide a safe habitat. Next is facultative mutualism, which is a true organism that benefit from each other but not being fully dependent. For example, ants and aphids. Aphids provide sugar-rich honeydew as a source of food, and the ants protect the aphids against predators. For the second one, we have commensalism. It is an interaction in which one individual benefits while the other is neither help nor harm. For example are the orchid and tree. Orchids obtain nutrients from the trunk of the tree, but the tree is not benefited or harmed by the orchids. Next is parasitism. It occurs when one individual, the parasite, benefits from another individual, the host, while harming the host. For example are the cow and tick. Ticks suck the blood out of the cow, making it more beneficial to a tick, while the cow is harmed. And parasites are divided into two classifications. The first one is the ectoparasite, which is a parasite that lives outside of its host. The common example are the flea, lice, mites, and parasite flies. While the second one is the endoparasite, which is a parasite that lives within its host. For other minor symbiotic relationship, first we have competition. It is the interaction of individuals that vie for a common resource that is in limited supply. For example are two dogs, which fight over a carcass. The carcass is a resource, something both organisms need to survive. Competition composed of four distinctive types. Interspecific competition is a competition between individuals from the same species or the cause-specifics. Interspecific competition is a competition in which individuals of different species compete. And for the next one is the exploitative competition. It occurs when individuals interact indirectly as they compete. And lastly, the apparent competition, which is a competition between species or a group of organisms indirectly competing with another species. Next is the predation. One organism is the predator that kills and eats another organism, which is known as prey. For example is the cheetah and deer. The cheetah is the predator and the deer is the prey. Herbivory. It is the consumption of plant material by animals, and the herbivores are animals adapted to eat plants. For example are the cow and the grass. Cows benefit eating grass, and grass likewise benefits by being eaten by cows. Commensalism. One species causes harm to another organism without any cause or benefits to itself. For example are the penicillium and bacteria. Penicillium kills certain bacteria by producing penicillin. Cooperation. A process where groups of organisms work or act together for common or mutual benefits. For example, example are the group of ants. Ants cooperate to shared nest defense, prophylaxis, and communal use of trail pheromones. The last symbiotic relationship is the mutualism. It describes the relationship between two species that interact but do not affect each other. For example are the camel and long-tailed tadpole. Both camel and long-tailed tadpole live in Gobi Desert. For the summary of this lesson, in order for you to understand the symbiotic relationship of different species, according to the interactions of a certain species, you should be familiar that the plus sign refers to the one who benefits, and the minus sign refers to the species that gets harmed, and the zero sign considers that neither benefit nor harm. That's the end of this topic. Now, let's assess your understanding by answering the teacher's provided worksheet. Thank you, and I hope you learned something in our lesson today.